It's a game of the week. It is Saturday, July 1st, 1972, and we are at Tiger Stadium as the Baltimore Orioles take on the Detroit Tigers. Baltimore leads the American League East, while the Tigers are actually in last place, 14 games back. Today is the second of a four-game set between these two, and Baltimore won last night, 1-0. I was taking a look at some of my old records and looking at what a difference a year makes. Last season, on July 1st, Pittsburgh led the NL East by 15 games. They won the division. Los Angeles was leading the NL West by 5.5 games. They won their division. Baltimore was leading their division by 13 games. They won their division. And then in the AL West, Oakland was leading their division by 12 games. But Oakland ended up playing barely over 500 ball for the rest of the season. And Chicago played really well in the second half, and they ended up winning the division by 3.5 games. In contrast, this year, the farthest that a second place team is back right now is 2 games. And two of the divisions have 3 teams that are less than 10 games back. The AL West and the NL West. The NL East and the AL East, they have 4 teams that are less than 10 games back. So unlike last year, this year seems like it could be virtually anybody's year. I like pennant races a lot. They're one of my favorite components of baseball season. And I'm hoping this season brings some excitement when it gets down to the wire. In real life, when this game was played, Detroit was in first place in the AL East, about a game ahead of Baltimore. And but Detroit has been having a lot of trouble in my universe here. I think they have about 13 less wins than they had in real life. For today's game at Tiger Stadium, Dave McNally starts for Baltimore. He's made 15 starts on the year. He's 8-5 with an ERA of 3.46. This is his second start against Detroit. Bill Slayback will be pitching for Detroit. He is a rookie. He was called up from Toledo on Monday. He's made 1 start. He has no decisions and an ERA of .96. He was at Toledo under the tutelage of manager Cot Deal. We'll talk about him in a few minutes. Starting lineup for the Orioles today, leading off the first baseman Bobby Grich. Batting second, the second baseman Dave Johnson. Batting third, the first baseman Boog Powell. Batting fourth, the left fielder Terry Crowley. Batting fifth, the right fielder Don Buford. Batting sixth, the center fielder Paul Blair. Batting seventh, the catcher Elrod Hendricks. Batting eighth, the shortstop Mark Belanger. And batting ninth, the pitcher Dave McNally. On defense, Detroit will have Norm Cash at first base, Tony Taylor at second, Ed Brinkman at short, Aurelio Rodriguez at third, Willie Horton in left, Jim Northrup in center, Al Kaline in right, Bill Freehands catching, and on the mound, young Bill Slayback. He's in his first week as a major leaguer. He's a college student. He is interested in art and music. He is from Hollywood, California. Slayback arrived on Monday to Tiger Stadium. And in fact, he spent a couple hours driving around Detroit looking for Tiger Stadium on Monday. When he finally got there and checked in, players were saying hello, and all this. And Willie Horton came on. He asked, are you Slayback? And he said, yes. Well, Billy wants to see you right away, manager Billy Martin. Martin had pleasantries for him and asked him, when did you pitch last in Toledo? And Slayback said, well, I was scheduled to pitch tonight. He's all right, well, you're starting tonight against the Yankees. So in his first game against the Yankees, that first start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 8 hits, gave up 1 run. He struck out 6. Tigers ended up losing that game 2-1, but he got a no decision. And then the next night, he pitched 2 1/3 innings of relief against the Yankees, where he gave up 3 hits and he struck out 2. He's a hard-throwing right-hander. He's got a good fastball. Looks like he keeps the ball down pretty well. Well, I got to say, I was playing a game earlier today, and I noticed that the stats that I had displayed weren't jibing with the stats under the game logs. So I exported the season, deleted it, and then imported it again. And it seems like whatever was going on, that fixed the problem. So I guess I'll have to wait and see if there's any glitches in the gameplay. Right now, I just played another game and didn't have any problems, so we'll see. Leading off is, for Baltimore, is the third baseman, Bobby Grich. He's hitting .235, no home runs, no runs batted in. Grich is 4 for 17. He's been with the team since opening day. Looks like most of his duties so far have been pinch hitting. He's 3 for 6 as a pinch hitter. So let's see, 2, 5. He's got into 8 games in the field. Looks like this would be his 4th start of the year. Giving Brooks Robinson a chance to sit down today. Baltimore has a record of 37-27. They're in first place. They are 2 games ahead of second place New York. Detroit has a record of 23-41. They're 14 games behind Baltimore. Since going to divisional play in 1969, the Orioles are the only team in the AL East who have won a division title. They won 3 consecutive league championship series. They made it to the World Series in '69 when they got beat by the Dodgers. They lost in the ALCS in 1970 to the Twins. The Twins ultimately went on to beat the Mets in the World Series, and they made it to the World Series last year and were beaten by the Pirates. So young Bill Slayback making his second start. Be ready with his first pitch. Fastball outside, ball one. Detroit left. Changeup on the black, strike one. Detroit left camp basically with really only two starters, Mickey Lolich and Pat Dobson. And they had pressed in Tom Timmerman from the bullpen to do some starting. And Slayback is the second rookie that they brought up. They also brought up Chuck Selbach. He's a native of the Cleveland area, from Lakewood, I believe. But he went to high school in Hunting Valley, which is on the other side of the county. So now they've got two 24-year-olds in their starting rotation now, it looks like. Gritch hits a fly ball in the center field. Northrup going back, he's got it. 1 out. Yeah, and they've got Joe Niekro, who's moving from starting to the bullpen, and they've also got young Les Kane, who's made a few starts. That'll bring up the second baseman, Dave Johnson. Johnson's hitting .246 with 5 home runs and 24 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the fastball. 2 outs. Here's Boog Powell. Powell's hitting .237. 11 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Powell's having not one of his better seasons. He was the MVP back in 1969, and he was the ALCS MVP in 1969. Done a lot of pinch hitting this year. Last weekend against Detroit and Baltimore, in 2 games with the Tigers, Powell hit 3 home runs. He had 2 home runs in a Baltimore win, and he hit 1 home run in a Baltimore loss. The 1-1 pitch. Shallow fly ball into right field. Al Kaline's coming in. He's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Baltimore in the first. Bottom of the first. Tony Taylor leads off for Detroit. He's the second baseman. Batting second is the catcher, Bill Freehan. Batting third, the right fielder, Al Kaline. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Willie Horton. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Aurelio Rodriguez. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Ed Brinkman. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Norm Cash. Batting eighth, the center fielder Jim Northrup, and batting ninth, the pitcher Bill Slayback. The Orioles have Boog Powell at first, Dave Johnson at second, Mark Belanger at short, Bobby Grich at third, Terry Crowley in left, Paul Blair in center, Don Buford in right, Elrod Hendricks catching, and on the mound is Dave McNally. Dave McNally's a left-hander, fastball, curveball pitcher. Mixes them up pretty good. He doesn't throw as hard as he used to. Had some arm trouble back in 1967. He has never had a 20-game winning season. Won 19 games twice, won 18 games once. Won 13 last year in the pennant winning year. He has a one-hitter this year. That was against the Indians. I remember that game. I think the Indians got a hit really early. His last start was against Milwaukee. He pitched 6 innings, and the Orioles lost that game 6-4. He gave up all 6 of the runs. Tony Taylor leads off for Detroit. He's hitting .311, no home runs, and 13 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Belanger's up with it and throws him out. 1 out. I think resetting my league may have knocked out my out-of-town ticker for today. Here's the catcher, Bill Freehan. He's hitting .284 with 4 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Freehan had a couple of injury-plagued years, 1968, 1970. He became a regular again last season and had a good year. He is one of Billy Martin's favorites here in Detroit. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Belanger has it, and he throws him out. 2 outs. Here's Al Kaline, the right fielder. He's hitting .296. He has 8 home runs. And 26 runs batted in. Now that Roberto Clemente got his 3,000th hit, Al Kaline is next on the list. He has 2,844 hits. He needs 156 hits to reach 3,000. Kaline was the MVP in 1963. That year, the Tigers won the World Series. Grounder up the middle. Belanger dives to his left. Throws the first, throws him out. 3 outs. Nothing across for Detroit in the first. 3 ground balls to Mark Belanger and 3 outs. We played 1 here in Detroit, no score. Middle of the order for Baltimore will be Terry Crowley in left, Don Buford in right, and Paul Blair, the center fielder. Terry Crowley's hitting .252. 7 home runs and 21 runs batted in. The Orioles front office felt that Crowley and Merv Rettenman far enough along that it made Frank Robinson expendable. And he was sent to Los Angeles for Doyle Alexander. Doyle Alexander and Johnny Oates. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Crowley, he's hitting .412 against Detroit. Here's Don Buford, the right fielder. He's hitting .205, 3 home runs and 22 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Bill Slayback. That brings up Paul Blair, the motor mouth. He's hitting .223, 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Grounder to third. Rodriguez takes him out of the baseline. And he is just going to hold it rather than risking an errant throw. So Blair's on first with an infield single. That brings up Elrod Hendricks. Hendricks is hitting .257, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. Elrod Hendricks, he is from the Bahamas. That was a curveball, high and outside, ball 1. Fouls it back. Billy Martin saying he doesn't like losing, but he thinks that Detroit is one good winning streak from being back in contention. The 1-1 pitch. In at the knees. Strike 2 called. Strike 3 called. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second at Tiger Stadium. No score. It'll be the middle of the order for the Tigers. Horton, Rodriguez, and Brinkman. Willie Horton's hitting .234, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. The 3-1 pitch. High and inside, ball 4. First walk given up by McNally. That'll bring up Aurelio Rodriguez, the third baseman. He's hitting .242. 7 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Curveball, ball 1. Another curveball, strike called, strike 1. Grounder up the middle, Belanger to his left, steps on second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. 1 out, that'll bring up Ed Brinkman, the shortstop. Brinkman's hitting .245. 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. He was a high school classmate of Pete Rose, and he never fails to remind Rose that he got a bigger bonus for signing. Curveball in tight, ball 1. Low and away, ball 2. Fastball caught the outside corner, strike 1. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 2. It's a fly ball in a left field. Terry Crowley's going back. He's there. He's got it. 2 outs. That'll bring up Norm Cash. Cash is hitting .212. 9 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Fastball, ball 1. Caught the inside corner right at the knees, strike 1. Hard grounder down the third base line. That's foul. It's fly ball into right field. Don Buford's there. He's got it. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We played 2 here in Detroit, no score. It'll be Belanger, McNally, and Grich for the Orioles in the third. Belanger is hitting .243, 2 home runs, and 31 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder right back to the box. Slayback has it. Throw. Oh, his throw pulled Cash off the bag. Belanger's on first. They're giving Slayback an error. That brings up the pitcher, Dave McNally. McNally's hitting .121, 1 home run, 2 runs batted in. He is 4 for 33. He's not known for his bunting skills, but they're playing him in for the bunt. Curveball, he lays that one down. Foul ball. Lays down another bunt. That's foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Throw to first, Belanger's back. There goes Belanger. He slides. He is safe with a stolen base. That pitch was called a strike, so McNally strikes out. So there is 1 out, runner on second. Here's Bobby Grich. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Jim Northrup in the first. Ball 1. Grounder up the middle. Brinkman dives to his left, has it, throws him out. Nice play by Eddie Brinkman. 2 outs. Belanger takes third. This game is featuring 2 of the best defensive shortstops in the game today, Eddie Brinkman and Mark Belanger. That brings up Dave Johnson. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Changeup, ground ball to third. Rodriguez has it, throws him out. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. It is Baltimore nothing, Detroit nothing. It'll be Jim Northrup, Slayback, and Taylor for the Tigers. Jim Northrup, the center fielder, is hitting .278 with 1 home run and 14 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch. Grounder to second. Johnson's up with it and throws him out. 1 out. Here's Bill Slayback. He is 0 for 3 as a hitter. This is his first week as a big leaguer. Got the call and came right up from Toledo. The 3-2 pitch. Grounder to third. Grich up with it. Bang, bang, play. He's out. He got him. 2 outs. Here's Tony Taylor. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Mark Belanger in the first. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. First strikeout of the game for McNally. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We played 3 here in Detroit. No score. Yeah, it appears my out-of-town scoreboard is out of order today. For the Orioles in the fourth, it will be Powell, Crowley, and Buford. Boog Powell is 0 for 1. He flied out to Al Kaline in the first. The 0-2 pitch, fastball. It's another fly ball in the right field. K-line going back. It's off the wall. Powell's in with a stand-up double. That's his second hit of the game for Baltimore. That'll bring up Terry Crowley. Crowley is 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. He's hitting .281 with 2 home runs with runners in scoring position. First pitch was a fastball in at the knees, strike 1. He lays down a bunt. Slayback to throw to third. Powell dive. He's out at third. Brinkman made the tag. Let's see that one again. Powell, it looks like he was surprised by that throw and went to slide. And Brinkman put on the tag. But it was a nice play by the kid. So 1 out, runner on first. Here's Don Buford, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. Low and away, ball 1, another fastball. Strike 1 called. Well, Slayback said when he was in high school, he barely played any sports. That he felt like he was best at something like ping pong. He started playing baseball again in college. The 1-1 pitch, ball 2. Said in actuality, he's more interested in art and music than he is in sports. Maybe not more than sports, but this is an era when a lot of players will list hunting and fishing as their favorite recreational activity. Slayback's is painting and playing guitar. He was in a band while he was playing like semi-pro baseball or rec league baseball or something. Fly ball down the right field line. That is hooking foul. Full count. High and outside, ball 4. First walk given up by Slayback. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Here's Paul Blair. He was safe on an infield single in the second inning. Breaking ball. Strike 1 called. Up and in, ball 1. Grounder up the middle. Brinkman dives to his left. To second for 1 to first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play. Said it's great play number 26 for Brinkman. Number 2 today. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 4th at Tiger Stadium. No score. This is WJST in Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. It'll be Freehand, K-Line, and Horton for the Tigers. Freehand is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to Mark Belanger in the first inning. The 3-1 pitch. Just low, ball 4. Second walk today given up by McNally. That brings up Al K-Line. K-Line's 0 for 4. He 0 for 1. Oh. He grounded to Belanger in the first. Belanger's already been involved in 4 plays with either putouts or assists. 3 putouts and assist. First pitch to K-Line. Strike 1 called on a fastball. Outside, K-Line checked the swing. They appeal. Oh, he held up. Ball 1. Just low, barely. Ball 2. Low and inside. Ball 3. Fastball just below the belt, strike 2, full count. High and away, ball 4. Second walk this inning given up by McNally, third in the game. That'll bring up Willie Horton. He walked in the second. Sitting 391 with runners in scoring position. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Too high, ball 1. Another curveball, too high, ball 2. Grounder to first. Powell to second for 1. To first. Double play. 3-6-3 double play. Freehand takes third. That'll bring up Aurelio Rodriguez. He is 0 for 1. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fastball, another swing and a miss. Oh, he swung right through that one. Strike 2. It's a hard grounder to second. Johnson has it, throws him out. That was a 1-bouncer. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We played 4 here in Detroit, no score. Baltimore has no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They've left 3 men on base. Detroit has no runs, no hits, 1 error. They've left 2 men on base. For Baltimore in the 5th, it'll be the bottom of the order. Hendricks, Belanger, and McNally. Hendricks is 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the second inning. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball caught the inside corner. Strike 3 called. That's strikeout number 6 for Slayback. Here's Mark Belanger. He's 0 for 1. He was safe on an error in the third, and he also has a stolen base today. The 2-0 pitch. Liner in the left field, base hit. That'll bring up Dave McNally. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the third, and Belanger stole second on that strikeout. They're playing him in for the bunt. Sitting 150 against right-handers. Curveball caught the inside corner, strike 1. There goes Belanger again. He is safe. Second stolen base today. That pitch was called a strike, so no balls, 2 strikes. Change up, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs, that's strikeout number 7 for the kid. Here's Bobby Grich, he's 0 for 2 today. Foul tip on a changeup, strike 1. It's a sharp ground ball short. Brinkman has it and throws him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. No score here in Detroit. Earl Weaver been saying all year the Orioles just are not hitting with the same authority they have since he came up as their manager in 1968. Came up midway in 1968 to manage the team, taking over for Hank Bauer. For the Tigers in the 5th, it will be Brinkman, Cash, and Northrup. Brinkman's 0 for 1. He flied out to Terry Crowley in the 2nd. Liner, base hit in the right center. That makes it all the way to the wall at the gap. Brinkman rounds 2nd. He'll stop. He has a stand-up double. That's the first hit of the game for Detroit. Here's Norm Cash. He's 0 for 1. He flat out to Buford in the second inning. Curveball, that was out of the zone, but he swung and missed. Strike one. Too high, ball one. Fouls it back, strike two. High and away, ball two. Blooper right back in the middle. Johnson leaps, dives, he's got it. One out. Here's Jim Northrup. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to Johnson in the third. Saw a story about Northrup. Billy Martin sat him down for a couple days earlier in the season. Told him, gonna sit you down just so you could take a break, take a breather, get your head together. You're not being benched. I want you to sit next to me and help manage. And Northrup did that. Northrup's team guy. He just whatever you want, and he has been playing pretty good since then. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. Oh wait, I got some scores popping up. Changeup, ball one. Curveball, ball two. Fastball, strike two called. Swing and a miss on the fastball, strike three. That's strikeout number two for McNally. That'll bring up Bill Slayback. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to Grich in the third inning. Curveball caught the inside corner, strike one. Just a bit low, ball one. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike two. Down and tight, ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Too low, ball three, full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounder to second. Johnson's up with it. Throws him out. 3 outs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 5 complete here in Detroit. It's an official game here at Tiger Stadium. And we've got no score. In the 6th inning for Baltimore, it will be Dave Johnson, Boog Powell, and Terry Crowley. Dave Johnson's 0 for 2 today. He struck out once. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball. He hits a fly ball in the center field. Northrup going to the track. He's got it. 1 out. That'll bring up Boog Powell. He's 1 for 2 with a double. The 0-2 pitch. Hits a fly ball in the center field. K-line. Northrup back at the wall. That is gone. Home run number 12 for Powell. That's his 5th home run against Detroit. 424 feet. Baltimore takes a 1-0 lead. Here's Terry Crowley. He's 0 for 2. He has a strikeout today. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball, liner, into right field, base hit. That'll bring up Don Buford. Buford is 0 for 1. He is a walk and a strikeout. Curveball, low, ball 1. Another curveball, strike 1 called. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 2. Fouls it back. Free hand giving chase, but it's out of play. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball just inside. Ball 2. Fouls that one back. Count remains 2-2. Ground ball down the first base line. That's foul. Grounder to third. To second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time. 2 outs. Buford takes first on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Paul Blair. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Elrod Hendricks is on deck. Fastball, too low, ball 1. There goes Buford. The throw. Buford slides. He's safe. Strikeout number, or stolen base number 5 for Buford. Third stolen base of the game for Baltimore. Pitch was called a strike, so count is even at 1-1. Ball 2 on a changeup. Breaking ball. Nice grab by Freehand. Ball 3. Too high and inside. Ball 4. Second walk given up by Slayback. Here's Elrod Hendricks. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Fastball. Check the swing. Strike 1 called. Another fastball. Too low. Ball 1. Another fastball. Strike 2 called. Fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. Another fastball. Low and outside. Ball 2. Fouls that one back. Count remains 2-2. Allie Jr.'s here with me, and she is no doubt plotting some shenanigans. Grounder up the middle. Taylor to his right has it. Tosses to Brinkman covering. 3 outs. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Baltimore finally broke the scoreless impasse in the 6th on Boog Powell's solo home run. It'll be the top of the order for Detroit in the bottom of the 6th. Taylor, Freehand, and K-line. Tony Taylor is 0 for 2. He has struck out once today. The 3-1 pitch. Base hit into left field. It's hit number 2 today for Detroit. That'll bring up Bill Freehand. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Sitting .333 against Baltimore. It's a fly ball in the right field. Buford's there. He's got it. 1 out. That brings up Al Kaline. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. Al Kaline said he'd like to play for about 4 or 5 more years. And when pressed about it, he said that if he, barring injury, he expects to get his 3,000th hit. Possibly late next season or early 1974. He has, let's see, He has 69 hits this season. So say he doubles that. That means he would go into next season needing possibly 90 to 100 hits. So barring injury, of course, I figure he would probably get his 3,000th hit in 1973. Hits a pop-up third base side, foul ground. That makes the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curveball. Kaline hits a base hit in the left field. Tony Taylor, he'll stop at third. Or stop at second. Sorry, I got Allie Jr. suddenly taking over this broadcast on WJST. Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. Here's Willie Horton. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Tigers have runners on first and second. 1 out. They got something going here. This is really the first inning that they've had anything like this going. Horton grounded into a double play in the 4th. Yeah, and that snuffed out a rally. There was free-handed Kaline had walked. So it was the same situation, only there were no outs. Grounder is short. This could be 2. The second for 1. Kaline took out Johnson. So 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2 today. He hasn't hit the ball out of the infield. He grounded to Belanger in the second for a fielder's choice, and he grounded to Johnson in the 4th. Curveball caught the inside corner. Strike 2. Liner down the left field line. That's foul. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the curveball. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left. We played 6 here in Detroit. Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Baltimore won last night, 1-0. So we'll see. It's going to be another low-scoring outing tonight. Cuellar beat Tom Timmerman. Mark Belanger leads off for Baltimore in the 7th. He's 1 for 2. He was safe on an error in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. He has 2 stolen bases today. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder to first. Kaline tosses a sleigh back, covering, 1 out. Here's Dave McNally. He's 0 for 2. He struck out twice today. Was not able to lay a bunt down in fair territory in his first 2 at-bats. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. Freehand dropped it. He had to tag McNally. McNally has struck out 3 times today. I'll be right back. That'll bring up Bobby Grich. Grich is 0 for 3 today. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Strike 3. Strikeout number 9 for Bill Slayback. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Take a look around the league. Top of the fifth in Kansas City. The Rangers lead the Royals 3-0. That is Mike Paul against Jim Rooker. And top of the fourth in Chicago. The White Sox lead the Twins 2-0. That is Dick Woodson against young Rich Gossage. Bottom of the seventh for Detroit will be Brinkman, Cash, and Northrop. Brinkman is 1 for 2 with a double. The 1-2 pitch. In at the knee, strike 3 called. He got fooled on that curveball. 1 out. Here is Norm Cash. Stormin' Norman is 0 for 2 today. The 0-2 pitch. Little blooper to second base, right at Dave Johnson. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Here's Jim Northrop. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 5 for McNally. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We played 7 complete here in Detroit. Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Slayback's back out in the 8th inning, probably for his final inning of the game. Dave Johnson leads off. He's 0 for 3 today. And Slayback has struck him out. Slayback has struck out 9 batters so far. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball into center field. Northrop backs up. He's got it. 1 out. Here's Boog Powell. He's 2 for 3. He has a double. And he had a solo home run in the 6th. And that has been all the scoring we've seen so far today. It's a shallow fly ball into right field. K-Line's coming in. He's got it. 2 outs. Here's Terry Crowley. He's 1 for 3. He has a single today. It's a grounder to first. Cash is up with it. He'll take it himself. 3 outs. Nothing across for Baltimore in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. They're on the edge of their seats here in Detroit. Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Earl Weaver sending out Don Baylor to play left field in place of Terry Crowley. Pinch hitting for Slayback will be Mickey Stanley. Mickey Stanley's hitting 157 this year, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. He's hitting 222 as a pinch hitter with 1 home run and 1 run batted in. Chris Zachary's warming up for Detroit. Stanley is 2 for 9 as a pinch hitter. The 1-0 pitch, grounder to third. Gritch is up with it, throws him out. 1 out. Here's Tony Taylor. He's 1 for 3. He has a single today. The 2-1 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Belanger to his left has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. That brings up Bill Freehand. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. The 1-1 pitch. Pops it up to the catcher. Hendricks running for it. He dives. He's got it. Nice play by the catcher. Nothing across for Detroit. We played 8 here at Tiger Stadium. Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Chris Zachary coming in to pitch for Detroit. He's making his 12th appearance of the year. He has no wins, no losses, no saves, an ERA of 1.10. Let's take a look at Zachary here. I want to. Zachary was acquired in the offseason from the Cardinals. And he was called up from Toledo on May 29th. He did some pitching for the Astros. He had a full year with them in 1963. Then he was off and on in 64, 65, 66, and 67. He went to Kansas City in 69, and he pitched for St. Louis last year. So he's appeared in 94 games in his career. His career record of 10-23. What else did I want to see about him? He's a hard-throwing right-hander, keeps the ball low. 16 1/3 innings, he's given up 14 hits. He's walked 3, he struck out 8. He has looked pretty good for the Tigers this year. This is his first appearance against Baltimore. Don Buford leads off. He's over 2 with a walk. He has a stolen base today. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball, base hit in the right field. Tony Taylor couldn't make it to that ball. That'll bring up Paul Blair. He's 1 for 2. He has a single and a walk today. He grounded it into a double play in the 4th. Fastball in the outside corner, strike 1. Up and in, ball 1. There goes Buford. He slides. He is safe. That's stolen base number 6. That's his second stolen base today. Pitch was called a strike, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on second. Change up too high, ball 2. Liner down the third base line. That's foul. High and outside, ball 3. Full count. Ball 4, just barely outside. So runners on first and second, nobody out. And here's Elrod Hendricks. He's 0 for 3. He struck out twice. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th for Detroit, it will be K-line, Horton, and Rodriguez. Hendricks lays down a bunt, but that's foul. Rodriguez going to drift in a little bit. Another changeup, swinging a minute. Or that was a foul tip. Strike 2. Curveball in the dirt. Freehand couldn't handle it. But the runners weren't moving. Inside, ball 2, fastball. Low and away, ball 3. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Third strikeout of the game for Elrod Hendricks. That'll bring up Mark Belanger. He's 1 for 3. He was safe on an error, and he singled. He's stolen 2 bases today. Fastball, strike 1 called. That's a bullet down the first base line. That's foul. Strike 2. Down and away, ball 1. Belanger isn't biting. Inside, ball 2. There's a bouncer down the third base line. That's foul. Grounder to second. Taylor to Brinkman for 1. And there's no throw to first. So Belanger takes first on the fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Here's McNally. See who they pinch hit for him. Oh, he's coming into pit to hit. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Fastball in there at the knees, strike 1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Looks like Weaver is confident about sending McNally out in the bottom of the 9th. Curveball just inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounder to third. Rodriguez dives, has it, throws to second for the out. Zachary works his way out of a jam in the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. And Detroit has El Kaline, Willie Horton, and Aurelio Rodriguez in the 9th. El Kaline's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. The 1-2 pitch. Little liner right to second. Johnson is there. He's got it. 1 out. Here's Willie Horton. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. The 2-2 pitch. Shallow fly ball into left field. Baylor's there. He's got it. 2 outs. Detroit is down to their last out. Here's Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 3. The 1-0 pitch. Grounder to second. This should be it. Johnson throws him out. That's the game. For the second day in a row, Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Baltimore 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Detroit no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Baltimore left 8 men on base. Detroit left 5 men on base. Boy, what a pitcher's duel between the old crafty Dave McNally. Pitched a complete game, threw a 3-hitter. Walked 3, struck out 5. He is 9-5. And Bill Slayback, in his first week as a big leaguer, pitched 8 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. His only mistake was Boog Powell's solo home run in the 6th, and that was all that Baltimore needed. Slayback walked 2, he struck out 9. He is 0-1. Powell went 2 for 4. He was the only player in the game to get 2 hits. Belanger and Buford each had 2 stolen bases. I didn't know what to expect from this game with Baltimore and Detroit. I was hoping it wouldn't be a blowout, but boy, what an exciting pitcher's duel. See what's on tap for the game of the week next week. Next week, it will either be the Dodgers at the Mets or the Cubs at the Reds. It should be two good games, and I think it might come down to what the pitching matchups look like. So today, the Indians lost. New York beat them, so New York remains 2 games behind Baltimore. But that'll be all for WJST today. Parma, Norwich, and Tuscaloosa. Once again, final score in an excellent game for the game of the week. Baltimore 1, Detroit nothing. Hope you enjoyed this game. Thank you for watching.